Menachot, making fabulous progress at the moment. Every single day we've been talking about tefillin, tzitzit, and all those different topics in the various different pages we've been talking about recently. I'm just recording this here at the city of Bet Shemesh over here. Very, very exciting in residential streets. Nothing beats residential and beautiful Israel over here. And friends, we're talking about today, there's a verse, we're actually talking about the tzitzit today, that talit ba'alat chamesh ikabanehu, the difference between their opinions is with regard to a cloak with 5 corners. What's going on over here, friends? The obligation of, let's say, tzitzit, ritual fringes, applies to a garment that has more than 4 corners, and one should place 4, let's say, fringes or ritual fringes, as Rav Adin Seinfeld will point out over here, on the 4 most distant corners. Now, the Jewish law in of itself is in accordance with the opinion of the first Tana over here, which is in accordance with the which I think is very much explained by the famous Rabbi Abba Bar Ahina. Actually, it's based actually on the Rambam's book also, and so on and so forth. But it's the pages of Gemara which is talking all about, let's just say, with regards to talit and tefillin, and also we've been talking about all Judaica related items also inside these pages of the Gemara. And we've been talking about left arm, right arm. There was just an interesting idea that we said about if one does not have a left arm, what does one person do? We were learning about also in today's page or yesterday's page of the Gemara. And can he put tefillin on, let's just say, in of itself? This is just another idea to build on the thing. It would appear that there's 2 opinions are discussing a specific case. They actually state over ein lo zarua. If one does not have a left arm, what does one do? He's still got mitzvah to put on tefillin. It would appear that both their opinions are discussing a specific case, that one who does not have a left arm, if so, building from this discussion with regards to Tana, the first Tana in this, let's say, robust debate in this page of Gemara, says that one who misses his arm above the elbow, which is obviously known as a bicep, people work out on their biceps and so on and so forth, he would, let's just say, is entirely exempt from donning the tefillin on the arm. This was reported over just using the Rav Adin Seinfeld. No, they actually use the English terminology of phylacteries over here within regards to that. But other rabbis will actually go on to say that he does put the tefillin on the phylacteries on the right arm or on his left shoulder instead. So that's a debate with regards to tefillin if he's missing his arm. Other early commentaries will also weigh in, I think, over there and contend that when the first Tana over here, let's say, mentions let's say the heft of the arm, he's referring to the lower arm. And if it's a lower arm, friends, over here, what does that mean over here? That's going to be a difference. If it's a lower arm, then let's say, according to this interpretation, Tana is of the opinion that even one who has a bicep is exempt from the tefillin, the phylacteries, as he does not have a whole arm, whereas the opinion cited in the name of the previous that we said before. So I think it's a whole robust debate in itself. There's a lot of notes within regards to these pages of the Gemara, respectively. That's something that we very much have to point over here. There's another idea, let's say, where it's called, they use the terminology for arm, yadka over here. It says over here, yadcha lerabot et hagidim. Your arm, yadka, serves to include one without a complete arm. There's another, let's just say, insight that Rav Adin Seinfeld actually gives over here inside the page of the Gemara. Although the standard version of the text says yadka without the letter hey, virtually all the commentaries concur that the correct reading is yadka with a hey, I think. Let's say accordingly, because of this, the opinion cited in the name of others also expounds Yudka as weak. Why weak over here? This word. Yet since opinion, it derives the requirement to don on the tefillin on his left arm from one of the other sources stated earlier. For example, the verses I think that talks about and you shall bind them and you shall write them. It explains that the yadcha refers to one without hands over there. That's what we've been speaking about, and that's a whole robust debate in bringing people close to Judaism of the Lubavitch movement is to put on tefillin and various other Judaicas onto the person, so there'll be stands all over the place. Once famously we did record, I believe, with a rabbi at the Kotel, a very, very nice man, nice rabbi, and he has been working there for many, many years, possibly about as many as 20 years at the Kotel Maravi. And what do these great people do? They put on tefillin, talit, and so on and so forth on all these people, to really, because they know that this is going to bring people close to Yahadut, to Judaism in its own right, because as the verse states over here, that we shall put them on our on our hands, on our heads, in of itself, just deriving from the verses over there, just importance within regards to these very, very important mitzvot, and how great is the mitzvah over here of talit, tefillin. And talit also is something that we also very much put on, as we know about. Why is it so important? There's famous stories. I can't remember, there was a story somewhere in the Talmud where one time that a person was about to do a sin, for example, and was wearing a talit. He has a tzitzit on at the time, and because of the tzitzit, it ended up dangling on the person and hitting the person. It actually saved him from sin. So it's not just great because obviously the mitzvah to actually wear the tzitzit and wear the tefillin in of its own right, it also saves people. It's a reminder for people. And we learn about, especially in Masechet Brachot, in the tractate about Brachot inside the Talmud, the importance of wearing talit and tefillin in of its own right. When do you have to wear it? What time period is a mitzvah within regards to tzitzit? What is it got to be? We learn about, many people will learn about the different dinim within regards to techelet, and the colors of the strings that it's got to be. It's very, very there's a lot of halachot that actually is brought out within regards to this. So books can be written within regards to just the mitzvah of talit and tefillin. That's something that I very much have to point out over here. So how important is all these different mitzvot, all these different articles that we are concentrating and learning about over here, and how important it is that we keep all the mitzvot in its own right. And we're speaking about, I think, about 10 days ago inside the Daf Yomi, about the importance also of having mezuzot outside the house. All these things serve as a reminder of the Almighty, of Hashem, that Hashem is the king over everybody. And that's how important it is. They say that, some people are sometimes worried or fragile to not wear their tefillin for mundane purposes, because that's how great tefillin, these powerful mitzvot, are. What they actually do to a person by just wearing them. It puts the person, the individual, on a different level. Where can they go while they're wearing them? Is someone fitting to wear it inside the street or not? All these different things. I actually heard another famous story, now that we're on the topic of talit and tefillin. I think one time there was a story in America. Someone was in, let's say, it was very dangerous back in the day. There was anti-Semitism always all throughout the different places all across the world. And one time, someone was walking. He was with his talit and got shot, I think, inadvertently. And he thought it hit his head, and so he took out his talit and he saw he was unscathed. Nothing actually happened to him at the time, and it was the talit that actually shielded it miraculously over here. So we can see many of the great miracles that actually have been performed on various different people by just having this mitzvot of talit and tefillin, and countless stories that actually took place when I think one time there was a suspected object found, and it had a talit, maybe a tefillin inside of it, and they detonated it. And then what actually happened at the end, everything exploded. But over here about talit, tefillin, tzitzit, mezuzot, the Torah protects in every single aspect. It shields all of us in every single thing that we do. And the most dangerous, let's just say, forms of enemies that someone could have is something called the Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination. And what's the antidote for that? It's just spoken all over different Talmudic texts. It is the Torah, and we learn about in Pirkei Avot, that in Ethics of the Fathers, how important it is to learn and immerse ourselves in Torah. Because if one, God forbid, is thinking of transgressing or doing something, if they have in their mind immersed in Torah, in studying Torah, in learning mitzvot, in listening to Shiur Torah, that will shield a person. Not just shield a person, protect them spiritually, it will be an antidote. It will be a reminder to the people, like not, God forbid, to commit, let's say, a specific crime that might be in God's eyes. That's how important actually the Torah is in of itself. So that's how important it is. But by just giving the shiur at the moment, this lecture over here, it just gives even me a reminder just how we can take our daily routine and so on and so forth in our lives in of itself. So very, very interesting over here. Let's just, a special treat, just explore some of the streets over here of the city of Bet Shemesh, just to conclude this video as a special treat, and enjoy over here. We're just filming this here in the city at the moment, the city of Bet Shemesh to be precise. We're the old part of Bet Shemesh city, so we'll just go for a short drive at the moment and explore this city, beautiful city. A lot of archaeology, a lot of parks over here. So all you fantastic people out there watching can actually enjoy just a tour of the city in of its own right. The word Bet Shemesh actually means house of sun. It's a city full of beautiful roundabouts. It's another famous one in memory of Natan. Someone named Natan. We will do a separate video there at one point in time. And friends, anyone tuning live, we are a community over here. We don't just do videos on Daf Yomi, we do on various other Torah important subjects also. That's something I very much have to point out. Just driving and exploring this beautiful city of Bet Shemesh. Go on a fantastic day. We're right outside the Rimon roundabout, Kikara Rimon. Just going past, and we've recorded a lot of tours all over this beautiful city. That's something I would very much have to point out over here. We've done probably about 150 tours all over the city of Bet Shemesh. We're about to enter the famous road called Levi Eshkol now. There's nothing like touring Israel, friends. Well, on the other side of the road, there is a lovely view of Israel. I can't necessarily show you it, unfortunately. It's an area called Ramat Bet Shemesh Bet, if anyone of you are tuning in live at the moment. As a special treat, friends, we're just going for a drive here in the city of Bet Shemesh and enjoying the views. as we're just in the city of Bet Shemesh on a lovely day. It's an area called Ramat Bet Shemesh Bet we happen to be in. It's like the city centre of Ramat Bet. It's much more ultra-Orthodox Hasidic area, let's just say. Friends, everyone, we're touring at the moment, city of Bet Shemesh. On this lovely day. We started the video with an idea from the Talmud, and now we're just going for a short drive. Okay, amazing. Wishing you all a great day. Thanks for watching. Yeah. As we spoke about, friends, page 37 on Masechet Menachot. Went for a short drive just to enjoy Israel, Eretz Israel. Beautiful. If you are new to the channel, welcome to our community. Talit, Tefillin, very important mitzvot that we perform on the Jewish cycle every single day in ourselves respectively. Here, as we are already 5 weeks plus into Tractate Menachot, Masechet Menachot, over here. So everyone, welcome. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget, friends, if you're new here and you enjoy this, to subscribe and join our community by subscribing to the channel. Our goal is to get to 9,000 subscribers, Bezrat Hashem, by Purim. Let's try and get there by the Jewish festival Purim. 9,000 subscribers. I think it's achievable. So please, if you enjoy the contents, please tell all your friends also to subscribe. Just have to run an errand over here.